Hello, it's Tuesday, November the 4th. It's budget day here in Canada. All estimates say, we don't know for sure, but all estimates say is that we're about to get hit with a $100 billion operating deficit for this fiscal year, which should probably bring us right back to the polls where we voted here just a little while ago. Anyway, yes, we're back in Chef Eric's kitchen. Our bacon has finished the curing process, and we are really pleased with how it came out. There you have it. Notice that there's an immense change in the color of the lean meat. And so what happens now is it will go back into the fridge. Before we put it in the smoker, it'll go back into the fridge. It's going to dry for a couple of days. Or at least 24 hours before we put it into the smokehouse, so it develops what's called a pinnacle, and that's a really sticky surface on the outside. But it does have to, we've rinsed off the salt and stuff like that, it does have to develop that pinnacle, and that way the smoke is working. But doesn't that look beautiful? Like I say, once you've had bacon this way, you will never ever buy store-bought bacon again. It's really easy to do, and it's really easy to cure. And we know, and Chef Eric knows, that if you do try this, you'll never do this or buy a ham or bacon or anything like that again. Again, like I said, you don't necessarily have to smoke it. It is cured. You just toss it in the frying pan, and all those flavors that are locked in to the bacon itself will stay. It just will be without the smoke flavor to it. But we hope that you'll join us as we bring this to the smokehouse, and we'll be smoking this with maple smoke in the Bradley smoker, and we look forward to you joining us for that. And probably the first taste of it without the smoke, so we know we got our flavors just right. And then the smokehouse, and we'll fry some up. This bacon will not shrink very much, by the way. We'll fry some up and have a taste of it again really soon. Anyway, have a great day, a better evening, and we'll see you all in a couple of days, or maybe tomorrow, when we're ready to go to the smokehouse. Thanks so much for watching Outlaw Radio 1960. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate your support. We appreciate when you come to the state radio station at live365.com or TuneIn Radio. Thank you so much for your continued support. Have a lovely day. Bye. Hey, we're going to come quickly back to you. We're just going to try and cut this up a little bit and check on the flavor profile. This is how the bacon looks. Now this is a combination of maple, brown sugar, and jalapeno mixed as its cure. So we're gonna once again, whoa. Managed to grab a couple of. You want to grab me that slicer, please, chef's knife? Sorry about that. As you can see, it's beautiful. It's lean. We basically cut it in half. It makes for. But we're going to cut some into this so that we get a good look at its flavor profile. There's your bacon right there. Oh, I'm not done yet.
You just need the one slice to test it.
Well, what about Nathan? He's got to give it a go.
I'll slice it out.
Okay, so Chef Eric's telling me I'm getting in the way in his kitchen, obviously. Yeah, so there we go. And we're still going to put this in to dry a little bit more. As you can see, though, the from the color that the cure has reached every part of with that. Chef Eric's just going to cook this up. Or I shall go to the fry pan so that we can check out my favorite flavor profiles. Sometimes I don't do as well as I should, but I think this one's turned out pretty good, Eric. So we'll check out the flavor profile. It's got a lot of drying out to do before we can put it in the smokehouse. You have to have a really firm pinnacle before you can really smoke it, because the pinnacle helps it catch all the smoke flavor. And you have the smoker running for approximately 2 hours. That's all you need, and the rest is all the cooking process. You don't want to over smoke it, and the way that you tell that it's been over smoked is it gets a little bit of a dark ring in the meat. It was smoked too long. But like I say, this is something that will not shrink in the frying pan. Like I say, this is maple, brown sugar, apple. I forgot the applesauce, and jalapeno. And this is just a small sample piece for both Eric and Nathan to give a go, because Nathan's got to head for work, so might as well leave him salivating for the final product. Already when it's starting to cook, you get the smell of the brown sugar for sure. As I said, the last batch we made was a buckboard, which is made with the shoulder, or the pork butt, as it's known to a butcher, and this is regular bacon from the belly of the pig. And either are good. The pork butt, of course, is a lot leaner. Your pork butt is what you use mainly for making sausage, because it's just an 80-20, so 80% lean, about 20% fat, which is perfect for making sausages. And if you need any more fat in your sausage, well, then you just add a couple of pieces of the belly, and that would be more than enough to get your ratio correct. As you can see, it's sizzling away, but it is not shrinking. It's still a little wet, which will be taken care of over the few days that Eric and I leave it in the fridge so it develops its pinnacle. But it so one side's done. And like I say, it's going to take a couple of days for the pinnacle
get developed as the bacon, because it's been soaking in its cure, will remain quite wet for a good 24 to 48 hours before the pinnacle is developed. You got to remember that at the end of the curing, you have to give it a good rinse because the salt does build up on the outside of the bacon, and it can be very, very salty. We don't use a lot of salt. I think I only use a handful of teaspoons. And what's being releasing tomorrow? Oh, okay. Nathan, you coming in to check this out? So now we'll just cut this in half. Eric can try one half. Try the other. Just a second. Is there any paper towel there, Eric, so I can?
No.
You want to go down and grab some paper towel? If not, I'll just put it on a small plate. And you can see this didn't shrink at all. And all the juices are just locked on the inside.
So now, the question is does it meet up with Chef Eric's expectations? There's the two pieces. This is just a sample because it goes, all of it, the rest of it goes into the smokehouse. Okay. As you can tell, this kitchen's very small, so I mean it's not designed. All right, here we go. Nathan says, what do you get? Flavors do you get? Does the jalapeno come through a bit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else comes through? The maple sugar, obviously. I mean, that's its biggest component.
Yeah, we really tasted maple.
You get any hint of the apple? Usually that gets disguised by the sweetness of the other, or the brown sugar and the maple. Eric, you want to give her a go? Eric, give her a go so we can get out of here. We had, there's Senor Kitty, our champion mouser. Now she's going, get me up there, I'll get that blasted mouse.
Yeah, was there a mouse up there? Well, there was a mouse clearly up here
sometimes.
Well, they just started coming in for the winter months. So, like I said, she had a. Ah, yes. Bring it down. I'll chase it. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
Yourself a piece of bacon, Eric.
This is the definitive test because this is.
But yes, the strongest flavor coming out of it is the maple. You can taste the jalapeno pepper a little later.
Yeah,
It slowly creeps in.
maple comes right with it.
How about the jalapeno? Can you get a bite of it?
Oh, it builds after a bit.
It's a
Okay, so once it's smoked, chances are,
once
that
it's smoking, chances are that's when it pops out.
yeah. But what do you think, Eric? He's nodding his head. This is a good sign.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely turned out well.
All right. So there you have it. It's met the seal of approval. We'll be going to the smokehouse as soon as it develops a pinnacle. Once again, we'll say goodbye on budget day, and you all have yourself a good evening. Bye now.